The problem many African leaders have had over the years is cash flow from within. And this proposal, ladies and gentlemen, will address it. It begins with road construction and it ends with mining. Road construction and mining. In the words of Nana Ayebia Fujenda of Dumesuya in Ghana, he said, and I quote him, "If you want development, first construct the roads." Ladies and gentlemen, without road access, there is no development anywhere in the world. Listen to this. Infrastructure development, educational facilities, manufacturing, agribusiness, healthcare facilities, all position themselves around roads, which therefore makes road networks a pivotal asset in the development of every country. But the challenge is not only in the building of the roads in itself, but who actually construct the roads. I'm talking about vehicle roads, train rails, and ports. Who actually construct them for Africa? This is where the problem is. This is where my ideology becomes useful. The problem we have here is this, that the first line of thought of the typical African politician is to go get a loan and bring in foreign construction company for that purpose. And that has been the problem with our economies. Listen to this. When you have the lands, limestone, sand, and the people, you are already 50% complete with the needed inputs to constructing all your roads, because those are the most important component. What is missing is an option to choose between bitumen and cement and iron rods, ladies and gentlemen. You are pretty much set to get your roads paved. The people in anywhere in Africa will naturally begin to move out when they see roads constructed. Take, for instance, any crowded city in Africa with good roads. The moment you stretch the good roads from the major cities to the townships and to the outskirts of the towns, the people themselves begin to relocate on their own. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how development begins. A serious government is therefore a government who is in charge of paving the roads, extending water supply and electricity supply to new sites, and allowing for the people to develop the infrastructure in between. That is what a serious government is all about. But how do you do this at a consistent and efficient rate and on a competitive budget all year round, when this project is placed in the hands of private entities? Ladies and gentlemen, ask yourself that question. You will take forever to reach your destination, which explains why Africa is still lagging behind.